So someone asked about the Korean Penhold style and how that is different. Hello once again, everybody. We're here at the Washington, D.C. Table Tennis Center. I'm Khaleel, head coach and owner. We are located at 6403 Chillum Pl Northwest, right here in Washington, D.C. And we are here today answering some of the questions that we have received. The Korean Penhold style is very different than the Chinese Penhold style. It's more closely related to the Japanese Penhold style. So they generally play with a square racket or a rectangular shaped racket, and they only use rubber on one side. Usually the racket is a one ply or fewer plies. Usually uses a thicker cypress or hinoki center ply. It's very fast. So they're usually very, very fast blades and very light, and especially lighter because they have only rubber on one side. It's a forehand dominating Penhold style because they do not use the reverse backhand. So, okay, so the Chinese style Penhold usually has a short handle and it doesn't have like a layered handle. So the Japanese style handle is a little bit longer of a handle, and it usually has like a thick part that your finger fits around. The Japanese and Korean style, they have straighter fingers in the back because they're not as worried about taking up space in the back because they're only using one side. The Chinese play with more of a rounded grip because they're often using the reverse side. It's the Japanese and Korean style is a lot more of a heavily forehand oriented style. So they're looking to try to play forehand on almost every ball. Their backhand is a lot weaker. They're just pressing, or a lot of more blocking, pressing, and sometimes they have what's called the wing shot. It's a backhand from the outside of the body, but it's a very unreliable shot. It's used mostly for fishing, throwing back the balls, and on rare occasions it's used to attack, but the nature of the shot is not a very effective one because it's coming from down to up, and it's kind of flat, so it's hard to really get spin on it. So it's kind of an erratic shot. It's only used in kind of desperate situations or on a really weak ball, and they would lean their body, but it's just not a very comfortable or I guess you would say ergonomic stroke. It goes in counter to body mechanics. So the Chinese technique has been a lot more superior. The last person to win a major title with the Korean or Japanese style was Ryu Sung-min in the 2004 Olympics, and it's been a long time since then. So yeah, and that was kind of a one-off thing because he wasn't one of the very, very top ranked players in the world, and he didn't win any major titles before or after. And before him, the last person to win one was Yunnan Kyu, who won the first Olympics in 1988 in Seoul, South Korea. He was a left-handed Korean player, so it's been few and far between to use that style. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask us. Once again, Khaleel here at the Washington, D.C. Table Tennis Center, here at 6403 Chillum Pl Northwest, Washington, D.C. And next week we'll be touching the theme of the Dignix rubbers, the Dignix rubber line. So we'll be comparing some of those. They have the 09C, the Dignix 05, Dignix 80, Dignix 64. So we'll be comparing some of those rubbers and telling you the pros and cons to using them. So thank you very much once again. Please like, subscribe, and follow below at the link below, and we will be here to answer all of your questions, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you.